is always something happening around the world. We are here today to get you updated about events and programs from around the globe. A very good morning and warm welcome to Dharma Television Collective News. This is Shrishti Khatki. Moving on to the headlines. Panel suggest full term for PM Oli, complete executive power for Prachanda. Private vehicles to be charged additional 5 tax each year after 14 years. Renovation of Bhaktapur's historic Nether temple completed. Home Ministry directs action against those mistreating or harassing medical personnel or civil servants. 8 people, including 2 doctors, have been confirmed to have corona infection. Restrictions imposed in Kalanga of Jajarkot after army, police and civil servants infected with COVID-19. US reports over 44,000 new COVID-19 cases. Caseload count tops 5.66 million. Trump authorizes plasma treatment for coronavirus amid attacks on FDA. Major COVID-19 updates worldwide. China sees no locally transmitted cases for 8th day in a row. Australia's Victoria records lowest one-day COVID-19 case rise in 7 weeks. Here we go for news in detail. A 6-member panel formed by the ruling Nepal Communist Party to resolve the bitter inter-party rift has suggested that Prime Minister KP Oli should complete his 5-year tenure, while Executive Chairman Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda be allowed to exercise full executive power over party affairs, a senior party leader said on Sunday. The task force formed by Oli and Prachanda on August 15 and later endorsed by NCP's powerful Central Secretariat on August 17 was led by the party's General Secretary Vishnu Paudel. The panel, which submitted its report to Oli and Prachanda on Saturday, includes standing committee members Sankar Pokhrel, Janardhan Sharma, Bhim Rao, Surinder Pandey and Pampa Bhushal. Now, those who ride motorcycles and cars older than 14 years have to pay an additional 5% oldest tax annually. Earlier, the government had fixed only a certain age for public transport, but now it has forced the private sector to pay additional tax to reduce air pollution from old vehicles. As per the rules applicable for the operation of public transport cannot be operated after 20 years of production. Such vehicles have to be scrapped. However, there is no age limit for vehicles registered for private use. So the government has been levying an additional 5% annual tax after 14 years of private vehicle registration. Provision has been made in the Vehicle and Transportation Management Act 2049 BS to charge such additional fee on both cars and motorcycles. Similarly, the State Vehicle and Transport Management Act 2075 made by the Bagmati state government has a provision to levy 5% additional tax on cars and motorcycles after 14 years of age. Now the government has fully implemented such a rule. The Traffic Management Office has informed that the traffic police will inform the owners of the private vehicles older than 14 years about the additional tax at any time while checking the bill book. According to the Transportation Management Office, there is a legal provision to increase the additional tax at the rate of 5% every year. For example, motorcycles and cars have to pay 5% of annual tax in 15 years of production, 10% in 16 years and 15% in 17 years. Thus, the annual tax increase of 5% can reach 100%. There is no provision to increase such additional tax after reaching 100%. The renovation of the Nether temple at Bhaktapur has been completed. The renovation work, which started in February, was resumed in April after a month-long shutdown. The renovation was completed last month after the renovation gained momentum. According to the Bhaktapur municipality, the renovation has been completed in less than half of the estimated cost. 6.5 million 13,000 budget was allocated. However, the municipality has stated that it was completed at a cost of Rs 2.9 million with the help and the labor of the people. The 317-year-old temple was damaged by an earthquake on 12 April 2072. This 108-feet high temple was built by King Bhupatindra Malla in Nepal Sambat 822. The Ministry of Home Affairs has directed to take legal action against people mistreating or harassing the health workers and civil servants involved in the control, prevention and treatment of corona epidemic, pointing out the need for everyone's support and collective commitment for the control and prevention of corona infection. The ministry has warned of legal action in case of mistreatment of health workers involved in the treatment and anyone infected. Similarly, the ministry has made arrangements to mobilize a joint monitoring team in all 77 districts to effectively implement the decisions and directives of the government for the prevention and control of corona infection. An injunction order has been issued in 48 districts, including 3 in the Kathmandu Valley, to prevent an increase in the risk of corona infection. 8 people working at the Philanthropic Obstetrics and Gynecology Hospital, Tapatali, Kathmandu, including 2 doctors, have been confirmed to have corona infection. A sample of 89 employees of the hospital was collected and tested, and 8 of them were infected. Dr. Sangeeta Mishra, director of the Philanthropic Obstetrics and Gynecology Hospital, informed. According to her, all infected people are now kept in isolation. Restrictions are in place in Kalanga, the district headquarters of Jajakot, after 19 people were found infected with the coronavirus on the same day. The decision of the meeting of the Committee for the Crisis and Security of COVID-19 has decided to impose restrictions in 3 and 4 wards of Vedi municipality from last night until midnight of Bhadra 15. According to the Infectious Disease Act 2020 and the Local Administration Act 2028, the provision has been put in place, said Assistant Chief Officer Sahani. A test conducted at Chaudhajari Laboratory has confirmed corona infection in 19 people of Jajakot yesterday. There are 1 staff member each from the Women's Branch, Law Branch and Health Branch of Vedi municipality in case of corona infection being confirmed. Similarly, a constable working at Matila Police Post, a constable working in the administration branch of the district police officer, and a police personnel who were transferred from the Riot Control Battalion to Jajalkot a few days ago have also been confirmed to have corona infection. Similarly, an employee of a commercial bank and an officer of the Nepal Army have also been confirmed to have corona infection. According to the Health Office Jajalkot, 19 out of 20 samples sent confirmed the infection. The United States has confirmed more than 44,000 new cases of the coronavirus infection over the last 24 hours, according to data provided by the US-based Johns Hopkins University on Sunday. Nearly 1,000 COVID-19 patients have died over the same period. According to the latest figures, the number of those infected in the US has increased by 44,572, and the death toll has risen by 983, compared to 48,693 and 1,108 respectively registered the day before. Given the update, the US total cases count since the outbreak has reached 5,668,245, while 176,408 patients have died. In addition, more than 1.9 million people have recovered from the disease. Globally, according to the university, more than 23 million people have been infected with the virus, and over 805,000 of them have died since the outbreak of the pandemic. Meanwhile, about 15 million patients have fully recovered. After expressing frustration at the slow pace of approval for coronavirus treatments and causing controversy by publicly linking the Food and Drug Administration to the deep state conspiracy theory, Donald Trump on Sunday announced the emergency authorization of convalescent plasma, a method which has been used to treat flu and measles for COVID-19 patients. The haves and the have-nots, how COVID revealed Florida's wealth gap. Read more. COVID-19 has killed more than 175,000, crattered the economy, and upended the president's hopes of re-election. The White House has sunk vast resources into an expedited process to develop a vaccine known as Operation Warp Speed, which aides hope will produce an October surprise before the presidential election on 3rd November. Making the announcement at the press conference and with FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn standing with him, Trump added 2 days of White House officials suggesting politically motivated delays in approving a vaccine and therapeutics. Major COVID-19 updates worldwide. The coronavirus, which has spread globally, kills 1 person every 15 seconds worldwide. Although corona infection is under control in some countries, a second wave has been seen. The death toll has risen to 5,900 in every 24 hours, 246 in 1 hour, and 1 in every 15 seconds, according to Reuters. Boris Johnson has issued a plea to parents to send their children back to the classroom when school reopens in September. The UK Prime Minister said the risk of contracting coronavirus in schools is very small and that pupils face greater harm by continuing to stay away from the classroom. France reported almost 4,900 new coronavirus cases over the last 24 hours, its highest figure since May. French regional health authorities also said there had been a very worrying outbreak of coronavirus at a naturist holiday resort on the Mediterranean coast, with more than 100 holidaymakers so far testing positive. The number of daily coronavirus cases recorded in Italy has nearly doubled in the past 5 days, rising to more than 1,200 on Sunday. Italy recorded 210 cases in the past 24 hours, compared with 642 on Wednesday, latest official figures showed. The UK recorded 1,041 new cases of COVID-19 on Sunday, down from 1,288 on Saturday. Government figures showed it is the fourth day in a row that new infections have been more than 1,000 in 24 hours. Former Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko has tested positive for COVID-19 and is in a serious condition with a fever, Reuters reports. Tymoshenko, who twice served as leader before her defeat in the 2010 presidential election, became the first high-profile Ukrainian politician known to have contracted COVID-19. The Greek island of the Lesbos was added to a list of areas under heightened COVID-19 vigilance, officials said. The move came as the health authorities announced a new Delhi infection high of 284 cases nationwide in the last 24 hours. China reported 16 new COVID-19 cases in the mainland for 23 August, on all of which were imported infections involving travelers from overseas, the country's health authorities said on Monday. Reuters reports. This compared with 12 new COVID-19 cases reported a day earlier, all imported too, and marked the 8th consecutive day of no locally transmitted cases. The total number of confirmed cases now stands at 84,967, while the death toll remains unchanged at 4,634. The National Health Commission said in a statement that 27 new asymptomatic COVID-19 cases, patients who are infected with the coronavirus but not exhibiting any symptoms, compared with 15 such cases reported a day earlier. The state of Victoria's one-day case rise is the lowest in 7 weeks, Reuters reports. The Australian state of Victoria reported its lowest daily rise in the new coronavirus infection in 7 weeks on Monday, fueling optimism that a deadly second wave there is subsiding. Victoria on Monday reported 116 cases and 15 deaths from the virus in the past 24 hours, down from a peak of more than 700 cases early this month. Australia saw a surge in infections in the past month in Melbourne, Victoria's capital and the country's second-largest city, but cases have been trending downward in recent days, helped by a total lockdown. This is all for now. We'll be back with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Dharma television. May all the sentient beings be at peace. Stay safe.